By what name are you known?
There are some who call me Tim.
Welcome to another episode of Timmy Talks, the channel where we talk old school magic. And today we are in Vienna, Austria for Viennageddon. And this is the first video in a series of match videos. I'm going to show you games played at the early stage of the tournament all the way to the finals of this event. So if you're liking what you see, stick around because I'm going to show you a lot more of this tournament. And in this first match that I'm going to show you, this is a match played in the Swiss rounds. I have two exciting decks going face to face because both of these decks are very budget friendly or mainly built up out of reprints, and I really wanted to show you this match also to show you that you can come to an old school Magic tournament. You can have fun at an old school Magic tournament with reprint decks. It's definitely possible, and both of these players are proven that it is possible. I do have to say that one of the players, let me check it here, Martina, is playing with some not reprint cards. She's got some Berserks in there, pretty sweet Berserk. So I'm kind of jealous of your playset, Martina. She is playing, by the way, an Erhnam Burn'em deck. So it's green and red, and she is taking on Finn. And Finn's deck is completely revised, which I love because revised is my alpha. It was the first set that I bought. I started Magic with revised, so I've got a special connection with that set. You're playing a white and black deck, so Deadguy Ale. And I love it. I love both of these decks. True classics of the old school Magic meta going face to face. Now, I've got lovely deck photos of these decks, but before I start with the deck, first a message from the sponsor of this tournament, 3-for-1 Trading. 3-for-1 Trading is one of Europe's leading Magic the Gathering retailers. Their online shop has a fantastic selection of high-end Magic cards, especially for vintage, legacy, and yes, also old school Magic players. But 3-for-1 Trading does more. They're now also buying all Magic the Gathering singles and entire collections, big and small. They're one of the top trading card game traders in Europe, buying way over 1 million Magic cards a year, and they are more than happy to make you an offer for your cards today. So if you have any cards for sale, 3-for-1 Trading is the place to go. Visit 3for1.gg/selltimmy to get your offer. And we are back and ready to dive into the deck techs, and I'm going to start with the player on the left, that is Martina. Let's take a look at her Erhnam Burn'em deck. And here we see the Erhnam Burn'em deck of Martina, and Erhnam Burn'em, a true classic, right? The reason that this combination is so good, red and green, is you can ramp up with your green spells, right? We see Llanowar Elves in here, turn 1. You want to ramp up to your bigger creatures, your Erhnam Djinns, ideally, right? And then you want to start pumping them up. You want to use your Giant Groves, combine those with your Berserks, and you're just going to do a lot of damage. And then there's, of course, the burn section of the deck as well. 4 lightning bolts, a single fireball here in the deck. Some players decide to play with more fireballs, by the way. And an interesting inclusion here in this pile is, for me, really the Ball Lightnings. You don't often see people playing Erhnam Burn'em with Ball Lightnings. Ball Lightning, of course, another card that can come out of nowhere. And because there's haste, you can just deal 6 damage out of nowhere. It can be really, really good. But also it can kind of be that card stuck in your hand if you don't have 3 red, or if your opponent has a first strike creature, or of course a Maze of Ith. So you really have to time it right. Besides, of course, the Ball Lightning, we also see a full playset of Curd Apes. Curd Ape is kind of made to be combined with green, right? I feel like when Arabian Nights came out and you had the Curd Apes, people really started to think, wait a minute, now I really want to combine red and green together, because Curd Ape pays it really off when you play that basic forest, right? It gets +1/+2, becomes a 2/3 ape. And of course, if you do Taiga Curd Ape, that's a classic opener that I saw so often in Revised, because like I said in the introduction, I started when Revised came out, so Taiga into Curd Ape was really a classic opener by so many players. And it was actually one of the first times that I started to realize, maybe a dual land actually does have some value. It's actually better than maybe just a common basic land. But yeah, this is the deck of Martina, a classic deck. Looking forward to see it in action. Now let's take a look, Martina, at your opponent, Finn. And he is playing Deadguy Ale today. Let's take a look at his deck. Finn, this deck, man, this is taking me back. Revised was my starting set. It was my alpha. So seeing so much Revised, I love it. I love the fact you're playing Deadguy Ale. You play with the cards you have. They're not even dual lands in here. I love it. Deadguy Ale, of course, refers to a deck that's white and black and plays with high-valued creatures and all pretty low on the curve. And, of course, playing with the best removal spells that are available. And when you combine Black and white, that's pretty much what you have. In this deck, we see that Finn made a very clear choice. He's mainly going for black here, only splashing white for what I call the white power 9, which is Disenchant, Swords to Plowshares, and of course Balance, playing only 3 Disenchants, by the way. So I guess in this case, it's a power 8. Then when we're looking at the black cards, that's the bulk of the deck, right? He's really heavily invested into black. We see Sengir Vampire having double black in the CMC, Hypnotic Spectre, Black Knight, a beautiful Royal Assassin. Love me some Royal, so hopefully we can see the Royal in action in this matchup as well. And then we see the Bog Raves. I think is it Rave or Reeve? I keep mixing that up. Anyway, I think the Bog, the 3/3 Bog, has something special. I remember playing against this player in the Netherlands, Chef, if you're listening, and he told me, he said, you know, the Bog is actually the best creature. I said, why? Because it's a 3/3 unblockable. And I said, what, really? I looked at it again, already knowing it as Swamp Walk. I'm like, it's got Swamp Walk. He said, yeah, but almost everybody splashes black for Demonic Tutor and Mind Twist, meaning the Swamp Walk is a guaranteed unblockable ability. You know, I can attack almost everybody for 3. This thing is annoying as, you know, for a lot of players. And yeah, that made me think, okay, maybe Bog is the type of card you want to play main instead of in the sideboard. We see it main here. What I also like here, Finn, about your deck is you're combining it with Evil Presence. He's playing with 3 Evil Presence in the main 60, and Evil Presence is an enchant land for 1 black that turns any land into a swamp. Very simple, very clean, very efficient, and of course very good in combination with Swamp Walk, but also just good in general. Think about it, Swedish, so many strong lands you've got to battle against. Library of Alexandria, of course, being the #1 villain, but you also have Mesa Viv, Mishra's Factories, Pendle Havens. You know, all those cards, you're going to see so many targets all the time. So I think Evil Presence should probably see a little more play. And I get it. You also have Sinkhole in black. I get it. That's why we don't see it a lot. But still, 1 black for that effect, it's pretty good in my book. But yeah, this looks like a fun deck to play. Again, Finn, I really appreciate it that you're bringing this to the table. I think I would have kept it completely revised because I do see a few cards here that are not revised. Of course, we've got some basic lands that are unlimited. Very sweet, very cool. I also see Divine Offering, I believe, in the sideboard. So that's a 4th edition card. Or was it Chronicles? One of the two. I keep mixing those up. But anyway, it's not revised. But yeah, it's looking like a sweet deck. And I'm looking forward to this matchup. Erhnam Burn'em versus Deadguy Ale. It's a classic. Let's go to the match. Game number 1 here of Viennageddon is about to start. On the right, we see Finn starting with a Sol Ring. He's on a Deadguy Ale deck, so it's black and white, mainly black actually, playing against Martina. Martina is on an Erhnam Burn'em deck, starting here with a Script Sprites. Passing the turn, 2 black tapped here by Finn, and there we see a Black Knight 2/2 first striker pro white. So yeah, that can start attacking next turn. Probably there's a pass. Let's see what Martina can do. Playing a Forest. Has a Berserk in hand there, has some interesting cards, I think. Also a Giant Grove. They're attacking here with the sprites. Gonna tap 2 green. Giant Grove, Giant Grove. Okay. Oh, that's aggressive, Martina. Wow. So 7 damage dealt to your first attack of the match. Finn dropping to 17. And yeah, 13. This is so aggressive. Like, I kind of would have expected Martina to go just attack them maybe next turn to Giant Grove Berserk. But wow, very explosive. There's the attack, by the way, with the Black Knight from Finn. Martina dropping to 18. Also an Evil Presence there on the dual land of Martina, meaning it's now a swamp. So no more access to red mana. And also kind of light on lands. It seems no lands in hand, I believe, for Martina there, if I check it correctly. I believe I do see 1 red card in hand. Could be a Wheel of Fortune. And now the question is, what is she going to do? She's going to tap 2 here. 1 green and a black. Oh, there's a Sylvan. Okay, Sylvan can help you. Here we see Finn kind of studying the card. So Sylvan and Enchantment. This is a 4th edition copy. Originally comes from Legends. And during your draw step, you can look at the top 3 cards, put them in any order, and then you can draw your card for turn. If you want, you can pay an extra 4 extra life to draw an extra card. You can do that twice. So you can pay 8 life, and then you can draw 3 cards in total. And now it's Finn's turn again, by the way, playing Plains. He's a little messy there with the basics, but okay. We'll forgive you. And playing a Bog Rave. So this is the 3/3 Swamp Walk. And here we can see that combo, that synergy in the deck of Finn, where he combines the Evil Presence with the Swamp Walk ability of Bog Rave. So yeah, Good move here by Finn, and 11 now for Martina. Martina's, 16 for Martina, and she's going to look at the top 3 cards of her library. This is an important turn for Martina. I feel like she needs to do something back here. Maybe has to find another Berserk there on the top 3 cards, but no lands, I believe. That is very unfortunate for Martina. What can she do? Just drawing the 1 card. Could decide to draw extra cards, but again, she has to pay 4 life to do so. So that would be pretty costly. Also considering the fact that she's under pressure. Is attacking with the Script Sprites. And she's going to play a Giant Grove again. Wow, so aggressive. Like, one of the things she could have done is decide to use the Sprites as a blocker to kill the Black Knight. Decides not to, really going to go for that kill. Passing the turn back to Finn, who can still untap that Black Knight, by the way. Finn's on 8, attacking with both. So that would mean 5 more points of damage. Exactly. Martina dropping to 11. Yeah, I wonder if Martina has the firepower to finish it here. I mean, she needs at least a land. A red source would be nice, because I believe I also saw a bolt there. Okay, there's a Llanowar Elves at least. Could play the Llanowar to chump the Black Knight, for example. She's going to draw for turn. I mean, it's also hard to see all the cards in her hand, right? So I'm not 100% sure what she's got. Going to play out that Llanowar Elves that she just put at the top of the library. Going to attack for 1. Going to put Finn, I guess, on 7. Passing the turn. Yeah, it's unfortunate for Martina that she just didn't have or doesn't have some extra mana, right? Because then she could do a Giant Grove and a Berserk in 1 turn. Here we see the Paralyze. This is going to paralyze the Llanowar Elves. Going to tap 4 more. Oh, a Mind Twist. Oh, that is so nasty. Another Giant Grove gone, by the way. Oh, she was very close to winning it. Very close to winning it, actually. If she could have found another green here, she could have done Giant Grove Berserk, deal 8 points of damage now to Finn, but this Mind Twist is really wrecking her plans. And now she's on 6. She's close to dead. She can jump, of course, next turn. But, yeah. Is that really worth it? And, of course, she cannot chump the Bok Rave because it's unblockable because of the Evil Presence. Okay, this is interesting. This is something. Mishra's Factory. I think if I was in her shoes, I would just continue attacking. She wants to attack, but it still has Summoning Sickness, of course, realizes that. So, yeah, I would have done this too. Attack, put him on 6. Next turn, you'll drop to 1, but who cares? And then just, hope that you can finish it. So, attacking again. So, on 1, and look at it, Swords to Plowshares in hand for Finn. Oh, that is going to be really nasty for Martina. Because I guess Martina is going to go here for Berserk. Animate the factory. Even then she doesn't make it, by the way. Attack for 3 points of damage. No response by Finn, so he's very patient, which is the right thing to do. Martina a little bit in the tank here. I mean, you've got to do what you've got to do, right? You're dead anyway, so you might as well play the Berserk. Or do you have... Is that a Giant Grove in hand? No, it's a Berserk, exactly. So now he can deal 5 points of damage. That would mean Finn still lives. He's on 1, so it doesn't even need to fire off the swords. Isn't even going to show her. Oh, isn't going to show her. And then it's his turn. Untap, upkeep, draw another knight, and attack for 5. Winning game 1 here. But I think, Martina, you've been very unfortunate not finding any lands. If you would have found more lands, I'm sure you could have won this first game. And now both players are going to dive into their sideboards. And we will catch back up with them in game number 2. Game number 2, here we go. So it's 1 game up for Finn, meaning Martina on the play. And I believe this is Martina's second hand. She's taken a mulligan, so has to decide if she wants to keep this. And I guess she does, putting a card on the bottom. So starting with 6 here and on the play, that's a little rough. But let's see what she can do here in the second game. Taiga into Kurdape, classic opener. Oh, you'll love to see it. 2-3, Kurdape hitting the board. Oh, but an Evil Presence. Ruining the Apes party. It's now a 1-1 again. Let's see if Martina can find a forest to pump it up again. The monkey loves the forest, but no, it's a mountain. So it remains a 1-1. Probably is probably going to attack here for 1, nonetheless. Or does she have better options? Gonna tap 2 first. There's a Felwar Stone. So Felwar Stone can make any color of mana that your opponent can make. In this case, more swamps. So yeah, that's a bit rough here for Martina. There's another swamp. Oh, another evil presence. Wow, so even more swamps here for Martina. Martina is going to untap here. And Finn here quickly playing a basic plains before passing her turn here to Martina. Martina now taking her turn has found the City of Brass, I believe. That is pretty sweet. A forest maybe would be even better because it would pump the monkey, but still, City of Brass can make any color of mana. So let's see if she can do anything with it. It has 4. Maybe an Erhnam is playing, of course, 4 Erhnam Djinns. That would be quite good. Let's see what she can do. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Taking the damage, of course, from her own city. Going to go to 19. Are we going to see that Erhnam Djinn playing a full playset of Erhnam Djinns in her deck? Doing the counting. Hey, there's the Erhnam Djinn. 4/5 powerhouse from Arabian Nights. Also the attack here with the Curd Ape. Finn dropping to 18. And I believe Finn is going to fire off the Swords to Plowshares or not. Just taking his turn, playing another Plains. That hand is pretty bad, actually. Finn has nothing going on for him. At least that's a sword. So Swords to Plowshares and 2 Swamps playing out the Bad Moon here. Untap, upkeep, and draw. And I'm liking this from Finn, by the way. Really just waiting as long as he can before casting the swords. I think I would have done it on end step because then if you draw a card you want to play, you can do it straight away. But I also understand this line, waiting as long as possible. Because maybe, you know, Martina's going to commit a Berserk or perhaps a Giant Grove to the Erhnam. And yeah, Finn being really patient. And yeah, this is a good choice of Martina, kind of spreading her threats here, putting the Giant Grove on the Curd Ape. And there is a Swords to Plowshares on the Erhnam, meaning that Finn stays on 18 because he's going to take 4 and gain 4. And Martina, of course... Oh no, I'm making a mistake here. Of course, Martina is going to gain the 4 life from the swords. Yeah, or else swords would be absolutely busted. Sorry, making a mistake here. Finn dropping to 14. Martina going up to 18. And look at that. Finn just not finding anything. So can Martina take advantage of this? Oh, there we see the forest. So the Curd Ape is being pumped up again. It's now a 2/3. Swings in for 2. Finn dropping to 12. Passing the turn. So also Martina not really finding anything else. More mana sources here for Finn. That is a little bit frustrating. There's a lightning bolt on end step. Going to put him on 9. Untap, upkeep, and draw. So Martina has kind of a free swing here. I think I would have just kept that bolt in hand, by the way. Anyway, attacking here. Going to put Finn on 7. Ooh, there's a Savannah Lions. Okay, interesting. Savannah Lions here in the deck. 2/1 vanilla creature. Of course, doesn't fit really well with the Bad Moon. And yeah, I think for Finn, this is tough, right? But he's still in it. I mean, he's still on 7. Two Swamps there in hand. Yeah, that's a horrible hand to have for Finn at the moment. Has to hope that he can find something big from the top next turn. Perhaps a Sengir Vampire. Remember, the Sengir is also 5/5 because of the Bad Moon. But look at this. He's actually picking up the cards already. Really? You're on 7, I think. Okay, picking up the cards here. So I guess that's a win then for Martina. So she's winning this second game. It is a 1-1 between these two players. That means we're going to go to an all-decisive game. Number 3. Oh, and here I think I see what's going on. So Finn is seeing that the Savannah line shouldn't be in his deck. So there was an illegal card in the deck, and that is why he picked up the cards. Okay, that explains it. So yeah, he's gonna fix his deck now. He put his sideboard, complete sideboard in the deck. But actually, that's not illegal, Finn. I mean, it's annoying, but it just means you shuffled in your sideboard. Anyway, Finn, figure it out. We'll catch up with you in game number 3, the big decider. Game number 3 here is about to begin. It's 1-1 here between Martina and Finn. And Finn, of course, on the play here. So I guess he's the slight favorite being on the play. Starting here with a Swamp. Let's see if he can do Dark Ritual into Hippie. Martina's still checking her hand, seeing if she wants to keep. I guess it's a keep for her. No, it's not. She is taking a mulligan. For a moment there, I thought she wanted to keep, but she is not. She's going to take a mulligan. Second mulligan in this match. Also took a mulligan in the first game. And I think, in both matches, we saw some odd things happening, right? In game one here, I felt like Martina, couldn't find the lands that she needed. That's why she lost. And in game two, we saw Finn only finding lands, probably getting a little bit frustrated. And then also finding out that he just boarded in his entire sideboard in his deck. And he just kind of stopped the game while he was still at 7. And technically, he still stood a chance. I think, just play a few more turns. Who knows? Maybe you're going to find that Sengir from the top and things could still turn, because Martina only had that lonely Kurtib going for her. But anyway, that's all in the past now. It's 1-1 between these two players. Game number 3. Who is going to win this match? Martina here keeping her hand. It seems putting a card on the bottom, starting with 6. Swamp here for Finn for turn 1, passing the turn to Martina. So Martina going to draw card number 7. And let's see if she can do anything on turn 1. There we see a mountain. And a quick lightning bolt. Okay, very aggressive. Does that mean that maybe she has a Wheel of Fortune in hand here? Here we see a Black Knight. Also would have been a nice target for the lightning bolt. So maybe, she should play a little bit less aggressive, but time will tell. Ooh, also has a Bull Lightning there in hand. That Bull Lightning pairs up pretty bad with that 2/2 first striker. Then again, if the Black Knight's tapped, it cannot block, so it's going to be up to Martina to kind of wait for the right moment. There we see a Mishra's Factory. And passing the turn. Mishra's Factory, of course, a great blocker as soon as he doesn't have Summoning Sickness anymore for that Black Knight. Oh, there's an Hypnotic Spectre. And I think if you're Martina, you're really regretting that Lightning Bolt now, that early Lightning Bolt. It would have been so good here on the Hippie, on the Knight earlier. Martina dropping here to 18. Her dice are a little bit out of the screen, but this was the first damage she took. So she's on 18, Finn on 17. She's checking out the creatures on the other side of the table. Has a Forest there in hand, also a Factory. So, yeah, the problem here is that Hypnotic Spectre, right? You really want to get rid of that Hippie. You don't want to lose cards. And I'm pretty sure she's regretting playing that Bolt so early in the game. And they're talking potentially about the Factory. How the Factory can potentially work in a blocking situation next turn. But of course, Hypnotic has flying, so really doesn't care about the Mishra's Factories. I think for Finn, he's probably just going to keep his Black Knight at bay. Although maybe he wants to attack and wants Martina to animate the Mishra's Factory so he can play out a Swords or a Disenchant on it. That's another option, of course. But let's first see what Martina is going to do. There seems to be quite a lot of discussing going on. Yeah, and she's not happy with the situation. And I mean, I get it. Sometimes you do things and then afterwards you start thinking about it. You're like, you know what? I'm going to open with a bolt because it feels good. And like, yeah, I'll bolt you for 3. And then you start regretting it. Animating here. Oh, she's so aggressive. Not sure why exactly. She does need to tap it, though. I do love this aggression. I think I also would have pumped it, Martina. You could have made it 3-3. Going to put Finn on 14. I mean, if you're going to play aggressive, there's the attack for 2. So Martina here going to take 4 damage. Going to drop to 14. And she's going to lose a card. She's going to lose a City of Brass. That's not too bad. It's a land. You don't need lands anyway. She's going to drop to 14. Untap, upkeep, and draw. Let's see what you can find. Bok Rave, by the way, now on the side of the table for Finn. Okay, there's a City of Brass. I believe... I thought I also saw a Forest there in hand for Martina, because then I would have preferred playing the Forest over the City. Oh, gonna animate. Already gonna make it a 3-3. Okay, so offering the trade here for Finn, saying to Finn, okay, I'm willing to trade it for your Bok Rave. I think if I'm Finn, okay, it's going to take a trade. I would be tempted to just take the damage. I mean, I guess he's got to worry as well about Berserks. Fair enough. So he's going to trade here. He's on 15. Ooh, is that a... Yeah, Demonic Tutor, I believe. It went very fast, but I think that was a Demonic Tutor. He's going to look up a card. I mean, Mind Twist would make sense, right? Yeah. Oh, no, he's going to go for Bad Moon. Okay, I like your style, Finn. I would have gone here definitely for Mind Twist, twisting the hand. Instead, going to go here for Bad Moon, attacking for 6. Oh, losing the Berserk. 6 damage now for Martina. I believe she's going to drop here to 8, by the way. Is forgetting to change her life total. Exactly, going to 8. So that last die there is out of the screen, but she's on 8. There's a forest. I mean, hopefully for Martina, she has, for example, a Erhnam Djinn, right? That would be a great blocker for the Black Knight. And yes, I can see that Finn has a swords, but then let him swords it. You know, she gains 4 life. That's basically an extra turn. It's going to animate, keeps attacking. I do love this. I love the aggression, you know, from Martina. I mean, it's not always the right thing to do, but I love the aggression. Martina should gain 2 here exactly. Going to go up to 10. Yeah, it's as good as done here. She's got 1 last turn, I guess, attacking here for 6 again. Going to drop to 4. And she has to lose a card, though. They're forgetting that she has to lose a card here to the Hypnotic Spectre. So let's hope that it doesn't matter. Yeah, there we see the Erhnam. Gonna take another damage. Oh, drop to 3. Yeah, she's gonna die to the 3/3 Hypnotic Spectre. It's gonna fly over the Erhnam. Oh, make matters worse. Paralyze on the Erhnam. And yeah, there is the attack here. So Finn winning this matchup. And please, ladies and gentlemen, be kind in the comment section. It's just really cool to have people like Martina and Finn at the tournament. I love it. I mean, I love people who are, you know, relatively new and old school. You know, bring the cards that they have, slowly building on their collection, having a look around, participating in these tournaments. I personally think it's super cool, and I'd love to see more people like Martina and Finn to join our community. So both of you very welcome here, and it was great to meet you guys at Viennageddon. And talking about Viennageddon, we will be back next week with more matches. And I'm saying next week, but I'm just meaning next time, because I post 2 matches a week. And here you can see the 2 decks that will go up face to face next time, and that will be the round 2 match of the Swiss section of the Viennageddon tournament. So if you want to make sure you don't miss that, hit the subscribe button and ring that bell, because then you will be notified whenever I put a new video online. And of course, before you go, please take a moment to like, share, and comment on this video as well. All these things are free and really help the channel move forward. Talking about moving forward, you can also become a patron of the show. Check out patreon.com/TimmyTalks to find out how.
What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor? Early in the morning, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises. Early in the morning, putting in the longboat until he's sober, putting in the longboat until he's sober, putting in the longboat until he's sober. Early in the morning, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises. Early in the morning, pull out the plug and wet him all over, pull out the plug and wet him all over, pull out the plug and wet him all over. Early in the morning, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises. Early in the morning. What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor? Put in the scouts to the husband, son, he'll put in the scouts to the husband, son, he'll put in the scouts to the husband, son, he'll early in the morning. Way hey up she rises, way hey up she rises, way hey up she rises. Early in the morning.
Igitus, figitus, sumba, kazee.